No, and it was a dude, so that's why women are stronger than men. Or you outlive us. You're not stronger; they outlive us.
Yeah, we are maybe smarter. Do you think?
Much smarter.
Okay.
I think we admit that.
Yeah.
But we for not long because we die first.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason to live that long if we're going to be like falling apart. Maybe it's better to be a dude. See, you guys have it all then. I guess it is better.
Yeah, it is better to be a dude. The more rights I see them take away from you guys, it affects my life like not at all.
Not at all. I know. And you have an easy way to pee. I get it. And you don't have children.
I don't even think of that. And I don't know.
I think about it because I have to pee in bad places.
Another reason why I have it easier as a dude.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about where I pee. I'm peeing right now.
You're peeing right now.
That's my morning routine. Wake up, pee.
I mean, a giant cup.
No. It's just it's everywhere. That's why I didn't care if you spilled.
Is that real water?
It is now. When you pee, it'll turn into... Okay, all right.
Okay, let's go.
Hi, I'm Troy Bond, joined not by Tori Cole because she is getting an operation where they're having her personality removed, which we wish her the best because I didn't even know she had one to begin with. But we have a very special guest on this episode of Bonding today, one of my favorite people of all time, Miss Carmen Lynch. It's been a minute since we've got an episode out. It's been, I missed you guys. Thank you everyone that's been following along on Secret Identity. It's been cool to not be threatened by nerds. Usually they'll come up to you and they're like, oh man, I love your comic book podcast. Get that fucking Jew off there. And I'm like, what has that got to do with Batman, my G? But I started that one so you guys wouldn't have to hear me ramble and rant about comics. And I got a new sign too. You see that? I didn't ask for that moon. You know, sometimes you go on Vistaprint, order a sign at 3 a.m. and forget that you click the moon sign, and I've got a moon. I've also got tour dates, troybond.comey.io. It sounds like a fake website. It's not, I promise. I don't know why we switched. I got a leash, and they tell me where to go, and I make it a little difficult for them. And then I do it anyway because I'm a non-confrontational pussy. But I have a lot of tour dates coming up. I'm still live, baby. I was close to death for 2 weeks. And being that close to death makes you really realize there just is no God. Because I was inside and had medicine. And I got better. So Mother Teresa being in Calcutta, starving out all those Indian kids, telling them that the pain is going to make them stronger. Think I got you beat there, you fake old saint who took money from the Italian mob. That's how, or Albanian mob, sorry. That's how we're starting this podcast. I'm coming in hot on Mother Teresa. Sometimes I'll just be saying shit, though. But the important thing you have to remember is that I'm not wrong about it. I've got my man Grogu here for a little emotional support. And it's been a minute since we've got to chat one-on-one. Today's guest, Carmen Lynch, her special Queef Week is available on Mark Norman's YouTube. And she was one of my first friends I ever made in comedy. And we have been trying to do this podcast since my birthday, which was her birthday, which was in January. And today is August 22nd. And we recorded this 3 days ago. So I don't know what my sign is. I just tell people Jedi. But whatever our sign is, I'm sure that is a very classic trait of our sign. We sat and talked for a good chunk of time. The longest podcast I've ever done, just in terms of size. It looked like two Gumbies who thought that their species had been extinct until they came across another Gumby. And then they talked to that Gumby, and then they were like, oh, word, we're both tall motherfuckers who are and the same shit have the same... Jesus. I just Rick Sanchez you. I'm sorry. Anyway, here's Carmen.
Today's guest on Bonding is... it makes me think of Maya Angelou quote where she said, you won't always remember what someone said to you, but you'll always remember how they'll make you feel. And when I first started doing comedy... you do whatever kind of show you can, just so you can get the bare minimum job, which is hosting. And I started hosting in the coldest winter of New York fucking City's history in 2018, I want to say. And Carmen Lynch, today's guest, was the first comic to remember my name, to have conversations with me, and to actually treat me like a person.
Who are you again?
Yeah, I'm Mark Norman. You were the first. Whenever I mention my, I hate to say it because there's no way to say it and not sound horny, but comedy mommies like you, Lori Kilmartin, you were like ones who like raised me. I learned from watching you guys. You were always so nice to me from the beginning, and you are someone who I would always just stare and watch because because you're bilingual.
Yes.
And I would watch you do your act in English and then an hour later in Spanish.
Y entonces en español.
And I wouldn't know what you were saying, and I would just stare at it laughing and still just being like, I can't play an instrument, I can't speak another language. My brain doesn't have those features. So watching you do it has always made you one of my favorite people ever.
Oh my God.
And one of my favorite comics. But
come on.
Watching you just hit the hustle the way you do. You've been on the Tonight Show. You've been on Conan.
Hustling.
You've perform for the troops.
Yes.
Our troops.
Our troops.
The ones that we are supporting.
Not for the Russians.
Not for now. They used to be known as Ukrainians.
Right.
You are someone who even people who are in the Booker side. You know, Bookers are like kind of like the Penguin. They kind of have just shit to talk about everyone. They've always been like, Carmen's the one you gotta get to know, man. Like, you have just
that's nice.
amount. I don't think that's a word. You have just nothing but respect amongst the community, and we all love you and appreciate you. But me, especially, because I'm the most important one. Sorry, I won't.
Oh my God, this anymore. Is still the intro. I like how long this intro is.
I just had to tell you that. And
okay. There's more.
That's today's guest. That was still the intro.
Thank you so
you're
much.
Right. I'm sorry.
My intro.
I'm trying to talk
is...
less. It's not working.
No, don't. Keep talking.
I try a lot of things.
Who's making you talk less? Your mother?
Sometimes me.
No, talk more.
Isn't your mom always the one that's causing you problems? You're doing something noble for your mother right now.
What? Oh, running the race? Please give. Oh, the race? Please give money to my mother's cancer.
Yes.
Yes.
Could you do what is the?
Go to
I don't
my
want to mess up the
Instagram.
name of it because
it's multiple myeloma.
Yes.
It is a blood cancer. It's very rare. Please give me your money. It's not. It doesn't even go to me. It goes to Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation. If you go to my Instagram, it's right there in the bio. Just go to @CarmenComedian. Click on the bio. I am running a 5K.
Do you run often?
I run a little bit. Like, I'll run to the gym, which is like...
How long is that?
8 minutes. I don't run long. I used to run long distance. That's like less than a mile.
I can't do a mile.
I used to run though.
It takes me like 15 minutes to do a mile. That's what I was wondering. They think because I have long legs, I can run a fast mile, so that's why I was curious. Because we're similar height. What are you?
Yeah, I'm 6'4" too.
So am I, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm also
and
6'4".
we're both born on January 17th.
We're both born. I'm 6 feet tall, but same thing. Round it up to 6'4".
Is it the cardio that kills you with running?
The cardio is, I can't do cardio because I want more muscle.
Like how much more muscle? Like power body? Because that could be a lot.
Though I want to look like Linda Hamilton in Terminator.
Yeah, that's a good look.
Right? Or
what about Linda Carter as Wonder Woman?
Yes, she was more like this.
Was she?
I think so. You know what? Michelle Obama.
You got the guns out. I fight for the Second Amendment. I see it. People who are toned never see it.
No, because you always want a little more. Like Jennifer Aniston has good arms. You know who has great arms? Miley Cyrus.
I can't tell you if I know that, and I've seen her naked on the Wrecking Ball.
Wow, yes, but that doesn't really.
I don't pay attention to it.
When you're naked, you don't focus on the arms.
I didn't even know she was naked. I was noticing her eyes.
That's like saying, are her elbows pretty in Wrecking Ball? You're not going to look.
I wasn't looking at the weenus.
You were looking at the highness.
I was looking at the Wrecking Ball. I wanted to see.
You were looking at the ball.
Yeah, I was looking at the ball. That's often where I was. My dad thought I was gay for many years. Probably.
Really?
Still does.
It's that beautiful hair that you have. It's so gorgeous. I
just had it sewn in. Where did you? What? I feel like I work for ICE. Why are you bilingual? Where did you? Because your roots come from Spain.
Sí, señor.
Where in Spain?
My mother was born in outside of Barcelona, but we lived in Madrid.
Yeah.
So I learned Spanish in Madrid and in this place called Rota.
Rota?
Rota.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
I don't want the people in Rota to come after me.
Rota. And Rota is right outside of Sevilla.
Sevilla.
Seville.
That sounds Italian. Seville.
Sevilla. That's donde bailan el flamenco.
I'm not going to try.
Where they dance flamenco, and I used to dance flamenco.
Did you? Because
Yes.
of your height, I'm sure it looked like a
But I was
show.
like 5.
Oh, well then, I think you may have been trafficked. that was
Well,
a great
if that's
story.
trafficking, I liked it. It was fun. A lot of flamenco dancing. Listen, if sex
You don't
trafficking,
hear that a lot.
yes.
No, you have to finish that thought.
No, seriously, if sex trafficking is flamenco dancing and a little sex,
I think my only frame of reference of that is from The Simpsons.
what happened?
I don't know. I think they go to, but that was Brazil, so it couldn't have.
They go to Rota?
No, they don't go to Rota. They go to some country, and then the guy goes, "Our money is very gay." And that's all I remember. I just remember homophobic jokes and.
So wait, so why did your dad think you were gay?
Just everything about me.
Yeah, maybe he wanted you to be gay.
No, he had a
Really?
gay brother
Oh.
until he died.
Oh.
My uncle, his gay brother, not my dad. He's still alive. I just took him on the road with me.
That's so
To-
cute.
That my uncle died.
Yes, it's so adorable. You take your dad on the road?
I not always. I
Yeah.
never. It started with him just being like, "You have older parents."
Yeah, they
Oh.
can't come on the road.
It'd
They're in
be
their
a lot.
80s.
My parents are 54. And
Oh
it's a
my
lot.
God, are you serious?
They had me when they were around my age.
Oh, okay. So you
I'm
had
28. They were 25.
my parents had me older when they
Like,
were
how
older.
old, 65?
I wasn't. They were like 60 when they had
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, but my mother's side is older. Like I posted a picture. I don't know if you saw it. My grandfather last week would have been 129.
Oh, I did see that picture.
Isn't that
yeah.
crazy?
What's your grandfather's story? So I'm just gonna grab this one.
Well, he's dead, and he was so old he died.
He's dead. Who gives a fuck?
He's dead. I don't remember him at 100.
Do you know
and-
like anything about him? Like your because you guys obviously came here
Yes.
at some point. When, I'm guessing it was during your lifetime.
I came to America when I was 8. Cuando
Yeah.
tenía 8 años vine a América. But I was born here.
You were born here and then,
And then
they
we
went
left,
back.
and then
Yeah,
we came back.
Okay.
But that was because my dad was in the Navy.
Oh.
So he got stationed in Spain.
So you were an army brat? Is that what
Navy.
they call them? Navy brat. Yeah.
Yeah.
A seaman.
Seaman. I am
sorry.
seaman.
I'm sorry. Every time
I am
I have
seaman.
to.
I don't care.
We're all seamen.
We are seaman.
We are.
Well,
the
you have
seamen.
semen.
I do. I'm making it right now. I have no intention of doing anything with it, but I'm
Wait,
making
hold on. Okay, now.
Now
I'm making it.
I'm making semen now.
I can't make semen, but I can make female semen.
Secretion.
Yeah, or just
Secretion.
Kegels.
I'm doing Kegels too. That's
Men
how I'm
can do
making more
Kegels.
semen.
Men can
we
Kegel.
I'm doing one right now. I just did one.
Me
I didn't
too.
want to make eye contact while I did
I'm
it.
squeezing my butt cheeks together.
I think I am too.
Yeah.
And I think I may have fractured my taint, but the Kegels are happening.
I'm tightening my ass right now.
This is why we're 6'4". We've been doing this our whole lives.
We have the same birthday.
And we have the same birthday.
That is so
and we
crazy.
both. That's what's so crazy about this job is like you meet. There's so many people who are my friends that I'm like I would never meet you in any other circumstance, and we met in a basement.
We did meet in a basement,
Like-
and you were just a young lad.
I was a young lad. I was a child laborer.
You were a flamenco whore.
A flamenco hort.
a whore, a sex trafficked
Oh,
flamenco.
a whore. I
A
understand.
whore. Don't act
Yeah.
like you don't know that word.
I thought you were fancying
whore.
up on me.
A
Call me a
cohort?
flamenco hort. I was like, sorry, do I need to give you change back for that $10 word?
Hey, do you
But I was
know?
just a whore, but
do you
that's
know what
okay.
time you were born? Let's see if we were born the same time.
I was born at
Wait,
night.
me too.
Yeah, that's
What
all
time?
I know. My mom tells the story all the time, and I
Okay.
tune it out.
What is that?
Like a snowstorm, and
Oh.
The Simpsons were on, and my dad threw up all over the emergency room, or all over the hospital, wherever they deliver babies.
Yeah.
The Angel Factory. And then they escorted him
cute.
out, and then my mom squirted me out.
Squirt, just like that.
She won't use that word, but she'll cry
Yeah.
every time. I'm just like,
Yeah.
That's the whole story.
How tall is your mom?
I haven't measured her in about 2 weeks. But
Have you ever seen her?
Not since the war.
Mine's 4'11". You're taking too long. Mine's 4'11".
Thank you. Okay, so I was going to
So
get
at
back to
6'4",
Are
my
both your
mother's
parents short?
4'11". My dad is 4'5". No, I'm
they
kidding.
look at
My
you-
dad is 6'2".
Okay,
Yeah.
it'd be weird if they were both short and you came out and they're like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah, but I was big. I was almost 10 pounds.
Was that
And this
intimidating
tiny
growing
woman.
up? Like
Yeah.
being were you always tall? Like,
Always tall.
Were they like? There was a tall girl in my class who I always felt bad for. She was a sweetheart, but dudes would never ask her out. Even if she
Never.
was
I had
pretty,
to ask my
because
prom
she was-
date.
You had to ask your prom date out?
I asked my prom date out.
How did that happen?
There were only two tall guys. I was
You don't
very.
mind if I vape, do you?
No.
I have to drive later.
Whatever.
No, I'm kidding.
I was very insecure about being around short men, which is weird because much later.
Well, wouldn't most of the men in your life be short men compared to you?
True, but
I always looked for a tall woman.
But you know what? Afterwards, I loved short men because I was more confident. But in high school, I was like, "There's no
you could
way."
big dog them.
I could
say
big
no to you
dog
and be
them.
like, "What'd you say?" You just looked at. You never big dog somebody.
Not a man.
You very easily could. You're bigger
Yeah.
than most of them.
Yeah.
Just go on.
Wow.
ahead. Well, I mean, like
I'm just getting bigger and bigger on this podcast.
I mean, like you're tall,
Yeah.
6'4".
Yeah, yeah.
Me, you, Conan, and Joe McHale.
That's he. Oh yeah.
We're this. I know it's very specific.
And Judy Gold.
And Judy Gold.
She's 6'3".
Yes, I saw her.
I'm
in
taller
Montreal.
than her.
Yeah. See, another reason why I've been saying for weeks Carmen Lynch is better than Judy Gold. I love you, Judy.
I love Judy. I love her more.
I love Judy. I love her.
Love her. Anyway.
What were we talking about with our ADHD?
Our date
I was
of
doing
birth.
so good
Our
with
time
it.
of birth.
Oh, time of birth. What was your time of
8
birth?
p.m. Around 8 p.m.
Do you think that's why you're a comic? You were just born to work at night?
Oh.
Make noise when the sun goes down?
Yeah.
Where were you born?
Where?
Yeah. Was it on
Monterey,
a base?
California. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I played football with this kid who was born on a Japanese naval base. He always told people he was Japanese. I was like, no, you weren't. You were a mistake.
Wow, you're a nice guy.
I got tackled a lot.
How do people tackle you? You're so big.
I was a bitch. I still am.
Do you lose fights?
I didn't because of my long legs.
Yeah.
When I was in martial arts, I won almost every fight I was in because if they tried anything, they would just say, go, and then I would kick them.
Did you play basketball?
No, my mom made fun of me when I played it when I was a kid, and she used to make fun of how I ran. She was like, "It looks like you have to take a shit." And every time I ran, I would feel like I would have to take a shit. And then I just never was athletic at all. And then I got really into Michael Jackson.
How long are you going to live, do you think?
At least 6'4". 55.
What?
I think so.
You can't die. Why? How are you going to die?
Propofol,
What is that?
a sleeping drug.
Oh, that's a good way to go.
That's how Michael Jackson died.
Oh, wow, you're obsessed with him. I have something about Michael Jackson that you don't have.
That's a weird way.
Oh
to
my
phrase
God,
that.
that's gross. I'm not a pedophile. Ew.
And don't get me started on that. But what? Tell me.
Vitiligo.
What? Are you serious?
Oh my God, that's a scar, isn't it? I wish. Can people see your position right
now? Yeah, they can see it.
now?
This is a 4K camera.
Wait, is that that's vitiligo?
Skin pigmentation.
Maybe it's a January 17th thing.
Maybe, yeah. I'm also mixed. A lot of mixed kids have like sunspots.
Oh, I'm a mixed kid.
So it could be that. Yeah, maybe that's what it is with you. Are your parents
Mine
darker
go
than
on
you?
my arm. I have it on my armpit.
Vitiligo like continuously destroys
There's
the
one right
pigmentation.
there.
Yeah.
It continues to what?
You might have it then because it's like a continuous thing that takes over your body.
Yeah, no, it is. I went to the dermatologist.
And they said,
he said this is vitiligo.
Yeah. I don't have that.
Yeah, I thought we had something else in common.
Yeah, just birthday, our height.
Now I'm gonna have to go get a concussion.
Yeah, thank you, Rosie. Thank you.
Has Rosie watched it?
Have you watched Queef Week?
How dare you? No, not yet. Okay.
Rosie was born in 2004. I've had to explain to her what I had to explain to her 9/11. She never saw The Dark Knight.
I was in a cult too. That's why I didn't see.
Yeah, she was in a cult, and and she didn't know Usher's Confessions.
It's because you played the beginning part. I know
Yeah,
chorus.
the beginning part, the most
Wow.
dismissed.
All right, we'll teach you more stuff later.
I do on the
mostly
pod.
Queef Week. Okay,
It's called 04 for Rose. I try to teach her stuff, and people are just like, tell her about Timothy McVeigh. I'm like, guys, if I keep talking about this stuff, I'm gonna get flagged. I found out I was conceived. You probably were too.
What?
The day of the Oklahoma City bombing.
You were?
You might have been too. Don't judge me.
Okay, you're right.
My mom
I
told
was.
me when I took
You know what? I came out of your mom too. We're twins. I was behind you.
That's such a specific insult. Like, there's like nobody who could say that except James Earl Jones, Michelle Obama, who has our birthday.
Betty White
Betty White, not no more.
And there's someone else.
Zoe Deschanel, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's on the 17th? Mm-hmm. Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Why didn't I know that? There's more people.
So many.
So many.
Tim Johnson, Alex Davidson.
And Peter Rosemary.
The inventor of the anti-abortion pill.
Wow.
You take it and then another...
We were all inside of your mother.
That's how I eventually got here.
This is how my dad would do it. He'd be like, don't get smart with me. I'm going to get my belt. I'm going to get my belt.
They're going to say gun.
Oh. No, but then he would never get his belt. He'd go like this.
Did that scare you though?
No, because this is how he did it. I'm going to get my belt. I'm going to get my belt. That's it, though. That's the whole move.
Were you all golden retrievers?
What?
Were you all golden retrievers?
What does that mean?
Yeah,
like
you
a
go
dog?
right in the crate? Yeah.
No. Wait.
First joke that bombed on this pie.
I'm sorry. I didn't get it. I was thinking about...
You know what I'm feeling?
What?
Morning show chemistry. Imagine us being the first faces people see in the morning. I think they wouldn't even need coffee.
Hola, señores y señoras. Estamos aquí con Troy.
And I have no fucking idea what she said. Today, Trump's border wall.
And sunny with a high of 78. Back to you, Troy.
The weather is fucked and controlled by the Jews.
The traffic is horrible. Stay home. There's COVID.
You won't put your feet up?
That would be nice.
Of course. That's why
Thank
I had
you so
this here.
much.
It's from the Ottoman Empire.
That feels so good.
Come on, stretch out the gumbies, man.
Thank you.
Of course.
This is like my class this morning.
Let out my leg elbows. Oh, so much better. This is it. Is the fan still working?
The fan is amazing right
This
now.
is perfect. But
I might just stay and miss my spots.
Please, I don't give a shit.
Okay, go ahead.
This is your spot now.
Yeah. My partner's a noose.
Tell us.
I don't want to stick it in. I don't want to stick it there.
Where would you rather stick it?
In my own.
That's how broken you are. I'm shattered.
I like pain.
Yeah,
yes.
I do too.
Yeah. No, I don't. But you do,
Really?
obviously.
Oh, sorry.
You do.
I grew up in a karate school. Every time I got a scar, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
You grew up in a what?
Karate school.
I heard a crack school.
I smoked crack when I was 15.
You have a lot of stories. Oh my God.
I've lived a life, Carmen.
I talk about it all the time.
That's why I'm a comic, Carmen.
When I was
you
7,
did that to me earlier.
I did heroin. I did heroin at 17. When did I say that to you? Oh, about comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody talks that shit.
I know, nobody cares.
All right, let's get into some real shit.
Give it to me.
Okay.
Or should I bring it to you because
Give
I'm
it
the
to
host?
me. It's your podcast.
I know, but it's this when guests are supposed to be highlighted.
Give it to me.
Okay. Do you know about the Emu War?
Don't talk about history.
Okay, that's really all I know about. I could give you dating stories. I got broken up with last year.
What?
We were together for 2 years. We met on Hinge.
Do you tell your people who you are, or do you keep it a secret?
What do you mean?
Like, do you tell your dates
they
that
know.
you do comedy?
I don't have to.
They already know?
Yeah, they've been on the toilet. Where do people go? TikTok, boom, that's me.
But then don't you feel, I guess guys don't feel this way.
One time I had nothing but stand-up clips on my Instagram, and a woman was like, I didn't swipe on you because I was like, this guy really loves himself, but he has really funny clips. So she would always come to shows. Never wanted anything to do with me. But like came to like my city winery show, came to a bunch of stuff. And then I didn't like telling stories and then being like, oh yeah, I heard that on your podcast. Or they'd ask me a question like, how's your friend Ryan? And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that? They're like, I heard you do a bit.
But also, hold on a second. You have a lot of followers and then people ask you out. Do you get sick of that? Or do you want a real relationship? Or do you just get fangirls who are like, Troy?
I love all three of those.
You do? Okay.
Well, one for...
Well, of course you do.
Yeah. Who doesn't love it when somebody's like, I love your stuff.
Well, see, as a woman,
I don't get that.
I don't like it.
You
No,
get guys. I know. All my openers are women.
Oh, it's so gross.
People come up to them and are like, hey, you did really good and I didn't expect you to. Or they'll be like, you're my favorite female comic.
Yeah.
You know, like, they'll stalk you in a way they won't. I'll get stalked, but like, I'll stay alive.
Right.
I can walk out of a club by myself and not have to get the bouncer to be like, you just walk me to my car. Some dude is crazy about you.
Yes.
The worst.
Yeah.
So we don't support that.
No.
Watch Queef Week and don't do anything else.
Listen, watch Queef Week. Watch Shark Week and then watch Queef Week right after.
Simultaneous, right after, and then watch
And which
Queef
one
Week
scares
with
a
audio
man?
Surf Week.
Which one scares a man more?
I don't mind the
Sharks
queef.
or my queefs?
Queefs are the shit. Oh, I love queefs.
But my queefs.
I mean, do they have a smell that's
No, they're great.
Exactly.
No,
They sing Amazing Grace.
There's only one queef joke in the whole thing. One time I talked about Queef Week on stage, and this guy was like, "You're really funny," and I'm like, "Thank you. Will you watch Queef Week?" And he goes, "I'm gay." And I was like, what did you think I made? A porn? Like, it was so...
As if that...
Why can't I just call my special
What's he
Queef
just
Week?
going to do the whole time? Ew. Ew.
Ew, I want a dick.
There's... Queefs are amazing. It's like a good job thing. It's like the vagina telling me, good job. I got to get air out of here. It's getting hot. That's what it makes the noise it does. It's going woof.
It's like this, but small and loud.
No, mine's like a tuba. One time I played Imagine.
Yeah, they can be loud.
Not mine specifically, but I created one that sound. I was the songwriter. The Queef. I was the Paul Anka.
Watch
of Queefs. Watch it. Don't listen to it. But analyze
Okay.
Queefs if afterwards. Think about them.
And if you're Spanish, watch Carmen Lynch en español. It's also on my YouTube.
Is that how you say queef in Spanish?
No, because queef in Spanish is... Queef Week is La Semana del Pedo Vaginal, which is the week of the vaginal fart. So that
sounds like...
there is no word for queef.
I could just hear that and like I'm talking up interested. What was the first part?
La Semana is the week.
La Semana week, the vaginal
But maybe by now, since they say Facebook y Twitter y TikTok, maybe they say queef.
You know who does a great I think he is Spanish of some sort, but he's Italian too. John Carlo Esposito. You know him? He was the Breaking Bad guy, Gus. He was in Do the Right Thing.
Oh, yes.
Mandalorian guy. He's like watching him go from like speaking Spanish to English in movies. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? Why did you not want to do acting? Too weird?
No, I do. I still look at auditions.
Act, right? Because your vlogs and your sketches are really good.
Thank you.
We should play basketball. Can you play basketball?
Come on, yes. I'm really good. I can't either.
That's why we should do it.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
Yeah, because Rosie!
Rosie,
we're playing basketball. Go to the shore, give me a Spalding.
Record us.
Well, that's who'll do it.
I tried to play basketball in high school. Yeah. And the basketball, we were really good. We went to states and it was a joke. But you're going to record us playing basketball.
At some point in the future, not right now.
Not right now. And I was
fuck this job.
And I was like, I should play on the basketball team. And the coach was like, why? And I go, because I'm tall. And she's like, have you ever played in your life? And I was like, no, but isn't tall enough.
Put me under the hoop.
Yeah, I'll be right there. And then I had to join track because there was nothing else.
Were you a runner?
Yeah.
Shot put?
No, only cross country, 3 miles.
That's it. One who could speak Spanish, they made do cross country.
Ooh.
You ever thought of that?
Maybe you are autistic.
Why? Because of that?
Because you're so smart. You're like toothpicks, 329.
I'm like toothpaste? Is that what you said?
Toothpicks.
See? I'm not always with it.
Not on the spectrum.
No, I am the spectrum. I don't know. I should get tested for it. I think I got tested for autism and bipolar.
Why do you think you're bipolar? Because you're just happy
sometimes
and sad?
I'm mad and sometimes I'm happy.
But aren't we all?
Right?
Yeah.
But you should get tested. It's
Why
like
do we have to have a label for anything?
Just to treat it better. I don't want to I don't want to hurt people in my orbit. I think that's who it affects most when you have something with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do anything about it. I just want to know I have it.
Right.
It's like a condom.
Wow.
I'm wearing one right now. It's okay.
Queef Week.
Queef Week. To wrap things up. Because the time to take off.
Okay.
Great pod, by the way, might I say.
Thanh you. Are we going to have...
feel about
what? Well, I mean, we have so much to talk about that we were kind of all over the place. But it was fun. I liked it.
Well, what else do you want to talk about? We can still keep talking.
I don't know if we have anything. I feel like
yeah.
Right? We talked about Michael Jackson and our birthday. I mean,
And your
is there
mother,
anything else?
who you're running for, and they could donate at...
Please donate at Carmen Comedian. There is a link. Please donate. Go to my link in the bio at Carmen Comedian.
Where could they see you on tour?
At Carmen Comedian. I have a lot of shows coming up. Go to CarmenLynch.com.
You can look at them.
CarmenLynch.com. CarmenLynch.com. I said CarmenLynch.com for all show dates. Queef Week is on YouTube, on Mark Norman's YouTube. And then watch Carmen Lynch en español in mi YouTube.
I don't know how to phrase this. What do you know for sure? That's a piece of advice.
What do I know for sure?
Every guest I like to ask a question to bond over. Like, I'm 28 years old, and what I know for sure is the person you have to look out for the most is yourself in order to look after other people.
Oh, I know something that is absolutely true.
Which would be what?
It's not my quote, but I believe it.
No, it's...
Discipline is freedom.
Wow.
Discipline...
That was actually the timer.
Oh my God.
So that was perfect timing.
Discipline.
Why does that resonate with you?
Because if you work hard and you don't let yourself, just like if you discipline yourself and don't watch TV and all that stuff, you will work hard and you'll get what you want, and then you'll have the freedom to do anything. That's just one angle.
Discipline to me was I always thought of it like a muscle. Like
yes.
if I woke up every day at a certain time, that muscle's gonna get bigger and stronger, and then that's part of the routine. That I'm gonna wake up and read. I'm gonna wake up and then go to work.
Have a morning routine.
Yes.
Do you listen, or do you know who David Goggins is?
I do know, and he's the guy who runs shirtless and yells at me.
Yes, that guy.
Get the fuck up, you fat bitch!
Yes, work hard or whatever. Play hard.
And
stay
I'm like,
hard.
grow hair.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah,
that guy
he's changed a lot of people's
me.
lives. My brother listens to him. He inspires you.
Oh, so much, because he's like, do things when you when you don't want to do them, and that muscle.
Mine's Mel Robbins. She goes.
I love Mel Robbins.
That's my girl. I love her. I used to, before the pandemic.
I love her.
I used to go sit in her audience.
What?
Paid audience. You can see me on like People's Court, Mel Robbins, bunch of shit. I did paid audience money for weed. And Mel had the 5-second rule.
Oh yeah.
And I use that
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go do it.
And she has the high five.
I high five Mel Robbins like 50 times.
High five myself in a mirror.
I would love to get. I don't do that. That's corny as shit.
Yeah, but you're alone. Nobody's watching.
I don't have mirrors in my room. I don't like to look at myself.
Oh.
I hate myself.
Yeah.
So that's why I do the.
Your hair, though.
People say that to me all the time, and I don't know what to do.
Yes.
I'm like, I mean, it means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know how to take a compliment doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything. And I'm trying to work on that about myself. But by work at it, I mean listen to audiobooks of self-help. That's
amazing. But back to David Goggins.
Yes. On the topic.
Oh, another guy who's really good, who was on David Goggins, had him on his podcast, was Andrew Huberman. Do you know who Andrew Huberman is?
Big dude?
Yes.
Who like wakes up at 4:30 every morning?
And he's got a beard. That guy's great. He said if you do things when you least want to do them, that specific muscle will grow, and then you'll do all your hard shit all the time without even thinking, and it works.
My dad used to say the toughest, because like we were open 7 days a week at the karate school, and he had no AC in there because we were a small business, and by small I mean bank account. And he'd go, the toughest people work out on the hardest nights. And I always hated when he said that, but it's true. Like you look at people who are great at their craft, who are masters. Tesla was married to a bird. Einstein was married to his cousin. Yoda speaks backwards, and Yaddle does not. Yoda is much more powerful in the Force than Yaddle because he's fucking weird. People who are great at what they do are so devoted and dedicated to their craft that everything is secondary. And it starts with discipline. There's work ethic and understanding what your purpose is and living in total clarity of that.
But also, have fun, everybody.
It's as equally as important to do. You
Balance.
have to. What's that quote? You're so busy trying to earn a living, you're not making a life.
Good one.
I love that one too, because you have to. If all you do is just like for comedy, for example, I always tell comedians, if all you do is comedy, what are you gonna talk about on stage? Yeah, I bombed the other night. Well, people who work in finance aren't gonna know or be able to connect to that. Like, but if you go, the other night I got so drunk I hit a kid, they're gonna immediately know what that is.
What a great guy!
Life. You know,
yes.
It's like my kind of guy, said.
Another quote.
Yes.
Whether you think you can or you can't,
You're right.
You're right.
That was a girl in high
Henry
school
Ford.
who posted a picture of her butthole on Facebook. And then I made my quote in response, and they didn't let me do it. Whether you think you can, or because she used that as her quote. And then from mine, I wrote, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're a whore. They didn't let me use it.
Did you pass the class?
I was in the yearbook
Oh, my
class.
God.
Yeah, and then the other one was waking up is the second hardest thing in the morning. They didn't let me use that one either.
The second heart. Oh, my God. See?
Public school, and then they would catch it.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have even graduated.
Any more quotes?
I settled on a Justin Timberlake quote.
Wait, why didn't you almost graduate? Because of all the heroin you were doing?
No, I started doing comedy in my senior year, and I just started taking the train down to New York to build my life after I got out of high school. And I had a take-home test for a final, and I took the kid's name, and I erased it, and I put my name in and submitted it, and they were like, this is not your handwriting. You got to do summer school. And I was like, all right, well, let me find someone to pay to do the summer school. And I got my diploma the day after. Then I moved to New York.
That's going to be a great memoir. I did ayahuasca last year.
And what was your experience like doing ayahuasca?
It really cleared my head, and I want to keep going.
We're going.
I want to keep going. I feel centered, and I want to keep going in my life with that. Not on the pod. No offense. No, because I have to go.
No, wait. I know you do. I know you do. Wait, could you finish that thought though? I love what you just said.
There's more clarity. There's more. There's less of a filter. There's less fear. There's more. I've been cracked open.
Really?
Yes,
That's why I've been thinking about doing electroshock therapy.
Ooh.
Because I've read a lot, but I mean, like, there's a lot of ups and downs in that. But I hear that.
But you have to be insanely depressed for that.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
But like Carrie Fisher did electroshock therapy to get off of drugs and not be depressed, and then she died of a drug overdose like 20 years later. So like, I don't want to like get all
right.
You know, that's just a waste of money.
You might be young, but your soul is 75.
Well, because as a young kid, I was raised by professionals like you, watching you on stage. I had one goal, and that goal was to be a good comic.
Yeah.
And I got to watch good comics every night, and you were the first one that made me feel like I belonged there.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Every time I watched but did not retain Queef Week, I thought, Carmen used to say hi to me.
Wow, now you can live.
Now, that was my keep going.
Oh, that's nice though.
I do love you and I admire you, and I hope that this gets you at least 12 more views on Queef Week. But aside from that, please visit CarmenLynch.com for tour dates.
For tour dates. Do it.
At Carmen Lynch on Instagram.
No,
Carmen Comedian.
Carmen
Comedian.
Which is also my Venmo. You come and go. Venmo me.
And then Venmo.
And give me money for my mom's 5K.
5K
cancer.
money. Run up them dollars. Stop buying my merch. I don't even have merch. I don't have merch. Spend the money on Carmen's mother's
cancer.
Come on,
it goes right to the multiple myeloma fund.
That's what it's.
That's when you know it's
real. They need money because it's so hard to say.
If Tom Brokaw has it and my mother has it,
then
it's real.
Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah. I wasn't gonna question the validity. What is this, Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan, no, but Joe Rogan has vitiligo.
Yeah, he's also 5'9", so that's why he says what he does. I'm just never getting on that podcast. I love you. Thank you for coming on. And I'm glad we finally got to come on. Great advice. Any last words for the people?
Happy birthday.
Happy half birthday.
Happy half birthday. It's almost our birthday.
We're almost
in 5 months.
Yeah, 5 months.
From tomorrow.
Yeah, well, our gift should be to reschedule this for 1 year from now.
January 17th, everybody.
That's us. Send us both bracelets and
I want bracelets.
Carmen's mother.
Yes.
I love you. Thank you for coming on.
I love you too.
We got to end on something funny.
On something funny?
I guess we don't, but that's just always my innate thing.
Queef. I don't know.
I love you, Carmen Lynch. Okay, ow! God damn it. All right, one last thing to go over before we close out this pod. Now, every week, I upload a playlist on Spotify of my songs that I just couldn't get enough of. And I didn't think anybody gave a shit, to be honest with you. And then people, once I stopped posting it, they were like, "Where's your playlist?" So I updated it. I will link the playlist in the description of this pod, but it's called Troy's Weekly Obsessions. First one, For Your Love, Stevie Wonder. Love that one. I mean, I love Stevie. Who doesn't love Stevie? But that one's, it doesn't have the Motown feel to it. That's when he's starting to transition into his pop, you know, just from the first few, just the ba ba ba. That's how you do it. Just to see the smile. Weird choice of lyrics there, Stevie. But classic OG Stevie, one of my favorites. Then there's the Queen and Michael Jackson song that never got released, but I guess also did get released. It called "There Must Be More to Life Than This" with Freddie Mercury and Michael. I don't know why it never got released. From the stories I've heard, it's because Michael brought a llama to the recording studio and it freaked Freddie out, and he was like, "Yeah, we're not putting this song out. I don't know why he's not meeting my demands like that." But it's a great song. It's a hopeless song, which would bring me to my next song, "Hopelessly Devoted to You" from Grease. I don't know why this got stuck in my head. I love Grease. My mom made me watch it when I was a kid. I guess that's why I'm so fruity now. That and because I skipped a bunch and no one ever corrected the behavior till it was too late, so I was already walking on my toes and saying fruity shit. But Hopelessly Devoted, TikTok kind of ruined it for a minute, but I was listening to it the other day and I was like, God damn, that Olivia Newton was John. Do the Bartman, that's the next one. A classic, Do the Bartman. Bart, turn off that racket. Bart just basically drops a bunch of bars. Oceans by JayZ, Frank Ocean. Classic. Go ahead. You want to walk by? Walk on by. That was a little cameo. Oceans, JayZ, Frank Ocean. Love that song. The message of that song is the very oceans that brought his ancestors over as slaves are now, he's now on a yacht, living in luxury as sort of a JayZ thinks he's the American dream, so that the message behind that song is really beautiful. Also, Frank Ocean just be saying shit sometimes. I'm like, yo, I don't think I'm high enough to understand that this don't make sense. Because he's got that line where he's like, elephant tusk on the bowl of a ceiling levee, drained on the Ivory Coast. Riders in the road, riding down the road. All my blacks. What the fuck you talking about, Frank? Beautiful. I mean, genius. Whatever Happens, underrated Michael Jackson song. Michael Jackson, Carlos Santana. It's like a movie if you listen to that. It's from Invincible. And it's basically a song about a man and a woman who are cheating on each other, and they're telling each other, whatever happens, don't let go of my hand. It'll be all right. No consequences. So, of course, I'd love a song like that. Followed by one of the all-time greats. People hijack it as a coming out song, but even Leslie Gore herself said it wasn't, but It's My Party. That's just one of the best. I can't ever skip that one. You would, too, if it happened to you. Leslie Gore is gay, but I think years later was like, yeah, that song wasn't about me coming out as gay. It's just me being like, I'll ruin the fucking party if I want to. You know how white women are. They ruin your own parties and shit and make it so we don't have any white dudes doing black cartoon voices. It's a very oh my god, there it was right there. That's what I get for talking shit about white women, and I'm gonna get copyright stricken. Well, Leslie, I hope you got your fucking shit out of that. I don't know if she's dead, and I don't think it matters. The next one. Now you want to talk some music that will make you tear your ACL because it's gonna make your ass just move in a different direction it's never really moved into before. You put on any Luther Vandross and it's going to do that to you. Bad Boy, Dance with My Father, Killing Me Softly. Never Too Much. This one, right from the beginning, I Can Make It Better. Just the bass. That's a song just about, you got your eye on a lady and her man is a bum. And you're like, I can make it better, even though you're kind of lying. You're like, it's gonna be the same, but at least I can have you. But it's just so, man. Luther was so powerful and also so gay, but nobody cared. And I think that was the most important thing. because it's sort of, there's this thing in the black community where you're not allowed to be gay and be a musician because they don't want to alienate any of your fans. And Luther Vandross, Frank Ocean to some degree, but Frank was weird because when he came out as gay, it was within the hip hop community, so it was kind of divisive. Luther never came out, but it was just something that everybody always kind of knew, and it didn't really matter because he just was a generational talent. There's a great video of him and Whitney and Dionne Warwick singing "That's What Friends Are For," and Whitney is trying to out-sing Luther, and you could see the look in his eyes, being like, oh, that's what we're going to do, bitch? Okay. Through good times and bad times, I am Luther Vandross, and I sing. I was on an OG kick this week. SWV, I'm So Into You. That's a great one. I heard that playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas the other day, and I went, man, SWV had some hits. Jesus Christ, stop getting yourself copywritten, struck in Troy. Okay, this one I put on my playlist because I was high yet last night when I got home from doing shows, and I was listening to the lyrics, and we let JayZ get away with too much. And excuse me, miss. There's a line in the song saying, yeah, you got to put on your Scooby-Doos. Don't forget to put on your Scooby-Doos. Pauses. Then goes, those are shoes, by the way. Why are we always trying to start your new slang? In Crazy and what was it? I Just Want to Love You. He tried to start a new slang for women called wimmies. When the wimmies in the system, ain't no teller, will I fuck her, will I diss him? No, stop. We have enough name for these beautiful bitches, Jay. But it's a great song. I don't know. Pharrell is just living proof you can get away with having a career of falsetto and a good right ear and just wear a hat once every 10 years. Everyone will start asking about it, and then nobody will ask why you haven't aged. Jesus Christ, this fuck. Oh, you know why? Because I've dropped my iPad so many times, and I should have got it fixed, and I just didn't. This next one, Blood on the Dance Floor, one of my favorites. Used to smoke crack to it. I don't think you need too much more explanation after that. Baby It's You by the Sheer Release. It's one of my favorite. I get like 50s and 60s rock songs stuck in my head all the time, and it'll just be like a hook. And all goddamn week, I've just had sha-la-la-la-la-do. Baby, it's you. Perhaps I'm in love. I must suppress those emotions. Rich as Fuck. That's a good suppress emotions song. Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz. Every time I go into a club, I'm usually listening to some variation of that. Depending on how many whites are around, I'll say the full chorus when it comes to look at you, look at us, and comparing all of my associates and their financial status. But, I mean, perfect. I don't even like either of those guys particularly too much. I don't dislike them. I just don't listen to a lot of their music. Love that song. Great hype song. Guilty pleasure of mine has always been Ariana Grande. I love the song Problem. That is my fucking shit. I've been listening. I think I've listened to every Iggy Azalea song. I don't know what the fuck Iggy Azalea is saying, but whatever she is saying, she means that shit. And she speaks Australian, bilingual. The ultimate white dude hype up song, Dream On. That was on here this week because I actually, that one did get to me a few times. The power did hit me a few times, especially just when he goes into falsetto. It makes me forget what he did to that 14-year-old girl. $1 Million Baby is the next one on this list. I had no idea that was sung by a white guy. It's like when I found out I Want to Sex You Up was a white guy. I got blackfished. I like the song even more. I have no idea how it goes, but every time I hear it, I think this is it. This is who I was meant to be. I was meant to be a man listening to this song thinking he was black the whole time. And then it makes me realize race doesn't matter unless you live in America. Girl on Fire, featuring Nicki Minaj, the Inferno version. I love Nicki's bars. Although Nicki herself could be a little sugar in the tank, little touched. When I hear those bars, just Spirit of Marilyn calling me, audibly bawling. She said that she could never leave, continue to torture me, and I'm married to a sex offender. Not my words, hers. Although I don't think she said that in the song. That's just a fact. But very girl crazy on this playlist this week because not only do I support women, but I listen to them. I don't hear them, but I listen. Girls Want to Have Fun. Cyndi Lauper, Can't Beat It. Heard that when I was in L.A. I'm not a girl, and I want to have fun when I hear that song. And that's another one. I don't know what the fuck she's saying. I don't know. On the mornings I'm my father is the world. Oh, baby, that's just number one. No idea, but it's a hit. Don't Funk With My Heart, Black Eyed Peas, combines two of my favorite songs. Black Eyed Peas was my shit growing up. But my dad loved 80s music because he grew up in the 80s, so I'd always listen to Lisa. I Wonder If I Take You Home, which is obviously what the hook of this song is. And the video for it is just so 2000s. I think it might have been one of the first YouTube videos I ever watched. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more on this list. Next one is Ben by the Jackson 5, live in Japan, 1973. Just something makes me cry about that song every time I listen to it. Maybe because I lost 2 animals this year. Just Another Night by Mick Jagger. There's a bit by Eddie Murphy where he's like, Mick Jagger is an ugly motherfucker. And he gets pussy. That he cannot sing. You put him and Rihanna in a room and make it X Factor, and Rihanna will leave with her forehead split open, and Mick Jagger will have impregnated her twice. He cannot sing, and especially in this song. But it's a hit. You don't need to sing. You just gotta have lips and moves, I guess, if the song is to be believed. Connie Francis's version of Just a Gigolo, I love. The Louis Primo one is the one that everybody knows. That's the one at the end of the Suicide Squad. Harley Quinn is having her shootout to. Love that song. It's a great dude song. If you want to listen to it and not change your behavior. But I love the Connie Francis one because it feels very cold. Connie Francis did another one of my favorites, Who's Sorry Now, which very much is a song like, yeah, I spent all of our time in the relationship sorry together, and now that we're apart, who's sorry now, bitch? You are. And her version of Just a Gigolo was just as cold as that, and it's also got that old sound to it that when it just pierces through you, you go, God, I need this on a record. And the last one for Troy Bond's Weekly Obsessions, which you can find all these on my Spotify playlist, which will be made available in the description below. The last one on this, another great breakup song. They're Coming to Take Me Away. Haha. My dad used to make me CDs when I was a kid, and he put this one on it for some reason. And it's about a guy who's going to an insane asylum because his girlfriend left him. But it's catchy. And if you're feeling jokery, this might help you pull you out of it. Honorable mention, Want to Be Starting Something, because I just love the line, if you can't feed your baby, don't have a baby. If he put that song out in 2024, his ass would have been grass. But that's a little look inside my library. I'll update this every week. And if you don't give a shit, I don't give a fuck. I'm still uploading. I pay for a whole year of pod subscription service. Bonding ain't going nowhere. We're growing a little bit. Not as much as Secret Identity, which if you like comic books and you would like to check that out, you should check us out. We just hit 20,000. And you can check out my new Star Wars podcast because I've learned no one has any opinions about that franchise yet. And this is a good time for me to corner in on that market. This week I'm going to be talking about The Acolyte! And its unfortunate cancellation. But both of those are linked in the description below. Please watch Carmen Lynch's special Queef Week. And until next time, just remember, as Belle Biv DeVoe would tell you, never trust a big butt and a smile. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and we've done it live.